and welcome. You're watching Your Trades on ET now with me, Snehisha, and with me is Ankita Saxena. And well, let's take a look at how the markets panned out in today's trading session. Quite a volatile day of trade coming out for us, but nonetheless, Nifty managed to end in the green with a slight negative bias, but yet in the green and holding on to those gains. Nifty ended the day at 22,055, so just above that 22,000 mark. Sensex also with a 0.1% uptick coming in over there, and Nifty Bank was the one that ended the day in slightly in the red with a slight negative bias, but as flat as it could get. Now, when we talk about the move in the Nifty, that was largely supported by the metal pack. The biggest sectoral gainer today was Nifty Metal, up 2.5%, led by that news on the fall in iron ore prices. And on the back of that, you had Tata Steel, which was the top Nifty contributor, 5.5% uptick coming in for Tata Steel. And in fact, other than Hindalco and Jindal, you had the entire metal pack that ended the day in the green. And that was followed by Nifty Auto, Media, Energy, Pharma, Infra, Realty, all of these in the green. So quite a good day of trade coming out for us. And from the broader markets also, you had the names like VMart, Thermax, Finolex, Shoppers Stop, Linde India, Crystal, and the others that clocked solid gains. On the other hand, names like KOFO, Maharashtra Seamless, Hoodco, Jindal Saw, Adani Total Gas, and NCC, they were the ones that dragged on the broader markets today as well. And when you take a look at what the broader markets did today, let's take a look at what Nifty Midcap and Small Cap did. Well, Nifty Midcap managed to underperform the indices down 0.4%, and Nifty Small Cap also down 0.5% when the benchmarks were in the green. But nonetheless, that was how the market looked like today. And the other stock that made news today was KOFO, because the board is going to raise 3,200 crores via QIP or other means. And on the back of this announcement, the street did not take it well, and the stock was down 6.5% in trade today. And the other newsmaker today was India Bull Real Estate, because that company is also going to be raising 600 crore rupees. So on the back of that, we had India Bulls Real Estate. And let's take a look at what the performance was. 3.5% uptick coming in for India Bulls Real Estate as well. So, well, positive moves coming in over here. But Ankita, what else were the top news of the day?
Well, yes, smart recovery coming in the markets, but Nifty continues to trade sideways, and also broader markets is continuing with the trends. Since last week. It has been an underperformance since last week, and it did underperform today as well. But a couple of other pieces of news. We learned from reliable sources that PSU owners of HURL have made case to government to ensure that the investment in stock that's in focus. The PSU bank names were in focus after Financial Service Secretary Vivek Joshi said that the public sector banks have been asked to check mis-selling of insurance products and ensure the protection of account holders' interest. So those are the names. PSU Banks that were in focus. Apart from that, IB Real Estate was also up 3%, after the news of it raising around 600 crore rupees via preferential issue. A couple of fundraise news that came in today, and in fact, all these stocks were knocked down in trade. KOFO, of course, we spoke about that. Also, we have ET Now exclusive on Tata Steel, which is about the fundraise that is going to happen via NCDs, and also in another exclusive, we have Kedara Capital that is eyeing a stake in Dairy Day, and we will be talking about that news flow going ahead. But for now, we are joined by our guest on the technicals, Mileen Vasudeva, who's a senior technical analyst of Arihant Capital Markets. Mileen, hi, welcome to Your Trades.
Good afternoon. If you see, if I want to comment on Nifty, if you see Nifty for 3 consecutive trading sessions has taken a support at 21,900 level. Now this coincides with the 50-day moving average also. So as long as Nifty holds that level of 21,900, there is again a fair chance that Nifty would test the higher levels of say 22,200, 22,340 levels. But again at higher levels, that is at 22,500 levels, there is a strong supply over there. Once we close above 21,500 level, then only we could see some kind of a uptick going forward. So we are taking a call that as long as 21,900 holds, there is a fair chance that Nifty would head up on the higher side. Now coming to Bank Nifty, if you see Bank Nifty also, for Bank Nifty has tested for last 6 consecutive trading session, it is making a lower low, and today it tested the upward gap area which it made on say 1st of March, and the upward gap area was in the range of 46,387 and 46,629 levels. Now today's low was somewhere around 46,210, and from there it bounced back to close on the higher side. So we expect some kind of a bounce back in going forward. And on the lower side, yes, 46,300 is 380 levels is likely to hold, and we could see even Bank Nifty heading higher to say 47,133, 47,400 levels. So we are positive on the market for current week. And for the stocks which I would recommend is, there are two stocks which I am going to recommend today. One is SRF, which is currently trading at 2485. One can buy at current level with a stop loss of 2415 and a target of 2645 and 2720 level. The second stock is Pidilite Industry, currently trading at 2925 and stop loss of 2835 and target price of 3100 to 3190 in a couple of days' time.
All right, Milind, well, thanks so much for joining us, taking the time out to share your views as well as your stock picks amid a market like this. But with that, let's take it across to my colleague Shrishti, who's here with how the technical charts are looking out. And Shrishti, which stocks are you spotting for us today?
So two counters on the technical front. Firstly, let's have a look at the breakout stock for today, and definitely the metal counters were shining bright and Tata Steel was leading the rally indeed. Look at the 5 to 6% move in Tata Steel, and clearly a breakout that we have spotted on the technical front. The stock is quite away from its all-time high levels as well, but if we look at the trend is clearly in the upward trajectory for Tata Steel. If we talk about the breakout, then we spotted the breakout happening when the stock managed to cross above its 20-day moving average, and this move indeed supported by a long build-up on the breakout side. So this is the first counter that we wish to highlight. We're moving on to the next one, and that's a breakdown stock because the markets are really volatile. So one counter is on the breakout side. Let's have a look at one of the breakdown stocks, and this is Persistent System. The IT pack overall was under pressure. The sentimental impact was definitely coming in from KOFO, but if we talk about the other IT majors, they were also under pressure. And on the technical front, Persistent System was seen to be facing and experiencing a breakdown. Why so? Because the stock managed to face a rejection exactly from its 20-day moving average, is now getting into the downward trajectory. Otherwise also, the down move of 3% cut today was also supported by a short build up on the derivative side. So these are the two stocks we wish to highlight on the technical front. Back to you.
Well, thank you so much, Shrishti. Tata Steel clearly the stock for the day on the back of news flow and also your chart, Shrishti. But moving on to the word from the wise, then Nilesh Shah, who's the MD of Kotak AMC, shares his advice as to how to navigate the broader market volatility. Let's go across and listen in.
Those who are coming into small and mid-cap fund should not expect what happened last year will be repeated in next 1 year or 2 year or 3 year. It is likely that returns from here will moderate. They should also not expect a straight line like this. There will be ups and downs. Leveraged into this market, please sell everything right now and reduce your leverage unless until you are exceptionally lucky or exceptionally skilled trader. If you are overweight into equity, this is time to book profit. If you hold on to your portfolio, then don't be overweight equity as an asset class or small and mid cap as an asset class. And your fresh investment, please do via SIP and STP into large cap or large and mid cap fund.
The word coming in from Nilesh of Kotak AMC, but in an earlier interaction today with ET Now, Chetan Ahaya, the chief Asia economist at Morgan Stanley, said that the current capex cycle looks similar to investment cycle of 2003 to 2007. Let's go across and listen in.
When you're thinking about this cycle, the way to think about it is to compare the investment growth trend in this cycle versus 2003 to 7. So in 2003 to 7, we had seen investment to GDP go up from the trough of around 28% to the peak of 39% by F 2008, or call it calendar year 2007. And in this cycle, something similar is happening. So this is an important driver to growth. We've seen that initially it has been driven by within capex, by public capex picking up. And now we are seeing growth broadening out within investment to private investment picking up.
Well, with that, it's time for us to slip into a short break. You don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Hi there, welcome back. You're still watching Your Trades on ET Now. Let's take a look at the derivative snapshot for today, the FNO roundup of what the day looked like. And when we take a look at the index futures trends for the March month expiry, Nifty is at flat. Bank Nifty also looking rather flat, based on all the moves that we have been seeing and all the ups and downs that we've been seeing over the course of this series in the markets as well. When you take a look at the India Wix, now that spiked up 1.5% to close at 13.9 today compared to the previous trading session. And let's take a look at the active calls for the 21st March expiry. And we've seen some call writing at 22,200 and call writing also happening at 22,300, which makes a slight bit of a resistance at 22,200. So that's where we're seeing a little bit of resistance. And when we take a look at the active puts for the 21st March expiry, the put writing is happening at 22,000 and 21,900, making 21,900 the support level. So when we look at it on an overall basis, 22,200 on the upside and 21,900 on the lower end to watch out for when it comes to the FNO setup.
And well, moving on to the stock of the day that was shining away in trade today, Tata Steel. We have an exclusive, ET Now exclusive, that says that Tata Steel has started preparing for its first rupee bond sale in over a year. The company's board committee will meet on Tuesday to consider the sale of NCDs. My colleague Anurag Joshi is joining in with more details on the story.
Tata Steel is in talks with arrangers in the corporate debt market to raise about 3,000 crore rupees through a rupee bond sale. Now, Tata Steel's board committee meets tomorrow to consider the sale of non-convertible debentures. And if this sale goes through, this will be Tata Steel's first bond sale in over a year. At the end of February 2023, Tata Steel had raised almost 2,200 crore rupees through a 5-year bond issue. So this would be the first one since then. Now, the Tata Steel bond issue is also coming at a time when overall the macro picture looks slightly favorable for the bond market. If we look at the CPI numbers, they are above 5%, but still closer to the RBI's target of 4%. There are signs of improving liquidity in the banking system, and also RBI has kept interest rates on hold for over a year now, and there is no indication of any kind of firmness in rates happening. So these are conditions which are very favorable for the rupee bond issuances to happen now.
All right, Anurag, thanks so much for taking us through that. Tata Steel, that stock up and away in today's trading session, 6.5% uptick. Let's see what tomorrow's session holds for this Nifty 50 major. But moving on, I'm now being joined by my colleague Gaurav, who's here with a roundup of all the stocks that made a buzz in today's trading session. Gaurav, hi, take it away.
Yes. First, let's talk about Anand Engineering, because the company's board is going to have meeting on 20th March to consider bonus share issue. And on back of this, we saw the stock was up almost 16% in today's trade. Let's also look at Venus Remedies, because as per sources, the company has got marketing authorization for 3 of the drugs which will be used for cancer. And on back of this, we saw this stock was also up more than 5% in today's trade. Next, let's look at Sriram Properties, because as per company's report, they have sold 70% of the project inventory of the newly launched project codename Ultimate, which is project launched in Bengaluru. And at the same time, company is also in the process to handle another 650 units in another project. And on back of this, we saw this stock was also trading in green today. Let's also look at Salasar Techno, because company has now received letter of intent to acquire EMC Limited for a cost of 178 crore rupees. This is going to open new sources of revenue for the company in the EPC segment, and we may also see some synergies kicking in because of this acquisition. And on back of this, we saw this stock was also also trading in green today. Next, let's talk about DLF because one of the subsidiaries, as per reports, have sold land worth 4.67 acres in Chennai worth 735 crore rupees, and this is in line with the brand strategy to optimize the asset portfolio. And on back of this, we saw this stock was also trading in green today. And lastly, let's also look at Page Indices because UBS has now initiated with buy rating and a target price of 44,000 rupees, which leaves a healthy upside of 25% from the current market share because they believe that margins will come back to the pre-COVID levels. And on back of this, we saw this stock was also trading in green today. So all in all, on back of the news, we will definitely keep an eye on all these stocks and see how they perform in coming days.
And well, another stock that was in focus today was KOFO. KOFO was actually knocked down in trade today, down more than 6.5% in trade after they announced fundraise plans for 3,200 crore rupees via QIP, aiming to reduce debt and target potential M&As. Now, if you look at, the amount of fundraise that actually signifies 8.5% of the current market cap of the company and 7x of the cash balance. Now, why the fundraise? Of course, to power debt and also for the M&A plans. And if you look at the M&A plans, the management had actually earlier guided for a $2 billion revenue roadmap. The management had an inorganic expansion plan to contribute $150 million. Also, they were looking to expand in retail and consumer packaged goods. They were also looking to expand, in the healthcare and the public sector abroad, and they were eyeing a cloud-based ERP, security and data analytics takeover also. So the fundraise is basically to power their debts and also pay off their debts and also, the proposed M&As that I just listed out. And on the back of that, KOFO was in focus today. In fact, it was knocked down in trade and there were no signs of recovery. It was knocked down almost 7% in trade today.
Alright, well, we'll see what happens with that stock tomorrow. But with that, viewers, it's a wrap on this edition of Your Trades. From Ankita, me and the team that put this show together, thanks so much for watching.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.